everyone and welcome to November's collective manga haul. Obviously I have quite a few things to go through. I got more than I was expecting to this month. So yeah, I think actually it won't take too long though because a lot of these are from the same series. So I guess we shall see. But I'll just go to going through the manga. So starting off, I'm going to go through Yona of the Dawn because I started with this with my last haul and I just think it's fitting. So I got, these are completely out of order, but volume 29, volume 28, volume 20, volume 19 and volume 30 of Yona of the Dawn. Let me just organise these in order because otherwise it's going to bug me. I'm not going to go over Yona of the Dawn again because I did it last time, everyone knows what it is at the moment, so like there's no point. Historical fantasy series, very good, amazing, check it out if you haven't already, worth the length. It's so good. I love it very, very, very much. If you couldn't tell, it was the manga that made me start collecting physically again, so yeah, that's exciting. So instead I'm going to actually talk about the covers because they are so pretty and I just think they deserve so much love and attention. So like first of all, volume 20, like absolutely stunning. Geisha looks so pretty and I absolutely love the yellow flowers. I love anything flowers. Yellow is my favourite colour. It's so pretty. And then also the back is just like cuteness overload with Yona, Zeno and Ao. It's so cute. And then volume 28 is literally my favourite cover ever. It's so pretty. Yona is stunning. She is beautiful. Like, can we talk about it? Look how pretty she is. How can you not love Yona? And then I also want to give a shout out to 30, not because of the cover, even though the cover is beautiful, but I actually really love the back cover of this and I kind of wish this was the front cover. It's so stunning. And like, I do absolutely love this cover, although I do find this position a little bit awkward, but I think this would have been amazing as the front cover as well. But you know, I'm not here to complain, I'm just here to appreciate beautiful artwork. But yeah, as I said, In Dawn, amazing, check it out if you haven't already. I know it's a bit hard because obviously a lot of the other volumes are out of stock, but it is 100% worth it. So I'm going to move on to a series which is kind of in a similar realm, not as good, but like still pretty good. So that would be The King's Beast. So I have volume 2 and volume 3 of The King's Beast. I don't have volume 1 and I know volume 4 just came out, but I'm not in any rush. I actually threw these in to get free shipping, but I do enjoy this. I read it online and I'm up to like volume 5 online and then I decided I wanted to pick up physically, so I stopped there. But yeah, I was not expecting to enjoy this, to be honest. I went into it with very, very low expectations just because I haven't really like enjoyed Ray Toma's work before that. I really like her artwork, but I haven't really enjoyed the stories. But I was very pleasantly surprised when I came into this. So for those who don't know what The King's Beast is, it is a historical fantasy kind of mystery romance series. So it's kind of hits all the things that I like, so maybe that's why I like it. But it is about this person who is an Asian, which is like a species kind of like animal people essentially, and in this world they're very heavily discriminated against and they're basically used as either soldiers or prostitutes depending on the gender, but there is a chance that they can be taken to the royal family to be used as guards if they have a special power, and this person had a twin brother who was taken as one of those personal guards, but they were killed unfortunately, and so even though they are actually female, they basically pretend to be a guy, make their way up to become the personal servant of the person he was serving in order to find out what really happened to him and get revenge essentially. And I just find it really interesting. I don't know why. Like, I think it's because it's like perfectly what I kind of like in a story, so I think that's why I enjoy it. But the art is really, really pretty. Like, if I was to show, it's very, very pretty. I would say the biggest like drawback of this series is the action scenes aren't very like detailed, which I'm not complaining. I'm not really an action person, so I don't mind it too much, but if you are someone who likes action, you probably would not enjoy it because there are a few like action scenes and they're not very well detailed in my opinion, but other than that I would recommend at least giving it a go. As I said, I've enjoyed it, so yeah, I don't know if that was a good explanation but that's The King's Beast. Following that, I'm going to talk about To Your Eternity. So this was another volume that I actually threw in to get free shipping. It's actually damaged a little bit on the cover, but I didn't get this like on a whim. I actually watched the anime, I can't remember if it was last month or the month before, but I watched the anime and really enjoyed it, and I decided I wanted to read the manga, but I normally like waiting between watching something and reading it so I can get like a very fresh opinion and not have my opinions swayed by like something else I've just consumed, if that makes sense. So like I don't like watching the anime and then reading the manga straight after, because I might be influenced by my opinions on the anime. I hope that makes sense. But I did throw this in to get free shipping, so it's just the start of my To Your Eternity collection. To Your Eternity is a series. It's a very interesting concept. It's obviously by the same author as A Silent Voice, which is very critically acclaimed and deserved. But it's basically about this orb that gets sent to Earth in order to gather information, and in order to do that it has the ability to shapeshift. But in order to shapeshift, it needs to receive some form of stimulation, and that stimulation is normally like pain, whether it be mental or physical pain, because it can feel the pain of things around it. And one day a wolf dies next to the orb, and the orb shapeshifts into the wolf, and it kind of follows the wolf's instincts to go home, and it meets this boy, and then stuff happens, and the orb ends up going on a journey, and it's a very emotionally wrecking series, as expected from the author of A Silent Voice. Everyone talks about how good the series is. I have heard that the latest volumes maybe haven't been as good, but I can't talk about my experience with that. I only know things from the anime perspective. I haven't read the manga yet. I'm just going to slowly pick these up as I see them. And yeah, but I will show some of the art because it is super pretty. It's so stunning. So yes, recommend that. Even though I haven't read the manga, but I watched the anime, so recommend it. Okay, next up I have volumes 2, volume 4 and volume 8 of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Random volumes again, I know. Once again, I talked about this in my last haul, so I'm not going to go too into detail about it, but it's actually a supernatural mystery-ish series. And yeah, I don't really have too much to say about it. I've just been catching up on the volumes as I see them for a good price. I can show some of the art though this time, because I don't want to show last time because I had some of the later volumes, but everyone knows about the art in this series. It's beautiful. So those are those volumes. I do think this one is very, very pretty. I really, really love the colour scheme of it. But yeah, I still think 6 is my favourite, although some of the more recent ones I have really loved. I think it's volume 12. I do think that volume is very, very pretty. But yes, good story. I don't have anything much to say about it because I'm completely caught up on it and I talked about it last time. So yeah, next up I have volume 16 and volume 26 of Black Butler, obviously. I actually wasn't planning on getting these, but I got an Amazon voucher, so I just decided to buy a couple. So I actually got these money off. And yeah, there's no like particular correlation between these volumes. It was just volumes I need because I have the first 8 volumes, and then I started kind of from going backwards, just because of what's available or what's the cheapest space when I go to buy a volume. Once again, I talked about Black Butler last time, another supernatural mystery historical series, which I very much enjoy. And yeah, I will show some of the art. I tried to show it last time, but I really didn't want to spoil things. So here I can a little better. This one's about a cricket match, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, that's Black Butler. I know that was very short and sweet, but as I said, I talked about it last time, and yeah, it's just one of the longer series that I'm trying to finish completing, and I've been reading for like several years now, so cool. And then following that, I have volume 7 and 8 of The Case Study of Vanitas. This series I have very much been enjoying, obviously, because I really love Ichi Mochizuki's work. And I did read these for the first time when I bought them, so I can talk about this. And volume 7 was just such an emotional roller coaster, and then volume 8 in comparison was kind of quite wholesome. Like, yeah, I don't know, reading these two volumes, because I read them back to back, it was very much a like, wow, I don't know what emotion to feel right now. It's very, yeah. I would show some art, but because it's later on, I'm worried about spoiling things. But it is a really good series. Once again, I'm not going to talk too much about the plot, but vampires, historical Paris, mystery-esque, bit of action, you know, all the fun stuff. I absolutely loved it. Also, Chloe as well. I know Chloe's quite a fan favourite, but she's great as well. Like, honestly, love these characters. I love all the characters in Vanitas so far. There hasn't been a character where I'm like, oh, I don't really like you so far, so that's fun. I was almost put off by Roland, and now I'm like, he's kind of a cinnamon roll, so but that is The Case Study of Vanitas. Also, oh no, there was something I want to talk about in these. It's been a while since I got them, so I forgot. But at the back, sometimes authors include like little things, and I always love the backs of Vanitas because they always include really fun things. So this one is like a alternate storyline, and it just has all the things. And then this one has them all as cats. And then obviously it has the chassis as dogs, because naturally. But I just think that's such a cute little detail, and I just love going to the backs of these volumes, to be honest. Like, I enjoy going through them, and then at the end you get just like a little treat, and it's really nice. So that was Case Study of Vanitas. Next, genre shift. So this is my unexpected purchase of the month, which I was not planning on getting, but I have volumes 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5 of Metamorphisis, which is the full set. Once again, I was not planning on getting this entire series this month, but essentially I found volume 1 for like £7, and I was planning on getting this series because I heard about it, I heard it was wholesome, the storyline sounded like something I would enjoy, and when I saw it on offer I was like, okay, I'll get it. And then I was like, well, if I want to read it, I'm going to need at least 2 or 3 volumes. So I got 2 and 3 also for a discounted price. And then I finished reading these 3, and I was like, I really want to finish the rest of the story, so I bought 4 and 5. Really bad of me, I know. But if you don't know what this story is about, it is basically about this girl who works at a bookshop and this elderly woman who comes into the bookshop and on a whim buys a volume of BL manga, and she enjoys it, so she continues to like buy it or try to get into the series, and through it they kind of develop a friendship, and it's a very, very sweet series. There were times where I was just getting super emotional for no reason, like nothing actually like sad was happening, but I would just start tearing up, and I don't know, I just feel like this story, it resonates with a certain type of person, and I was definitely that type of person. Like, I related a lot to Aurora, who's the high schooler, and I don't know, it really hit me. I will say one thing, like my minor complaint with the series is the ending isn't really an ending. It kind of just feels like it just ends. Like, nothing really gets resolved, which I'm not exactly mad about, but it was a little bit of like oh, it ended. This is definitely a story which is more about the journey rather than the destination. So if you're someone who doesn't mind full closure, or not having full closure in an ending, then I would recommend it. If not, then maybe not, because as I said, there's a lot of unresolved things which I'm not exactly mad about. But it was just a little like, oh, okay, it ended. That's sad. But I definitely enjoyed reading it, and I do not regret at all purchasing it. So that is this series. Oh, and to show something up, because it's very, very cute. Precious. So, yes. Cool. And next we have Our Dreams at Dusk, volume 3, which I now have the first 3 volumes, so I just need the last one, which I may or may not have. I don't know if I have it ordered or not, I can't remember. But I'm waiting for the 4th volume before reading it, and then I just want to binge read it all at once. So I don't have any opinions on this series at the moment, but this was one I really wanted to experience reading in person. And yeah, once again, I talked about it last time, and as I haven't read it, I don't want to give false details about what it's about. So I will hopefully get volume 4 so soon. I don't know if I will though. I guess we'll see when it pops up. But as soon as I get it, I will read it all, and then I'll be sure to tell everyone what I think about it. But yes, that is Our Dreams at Dusk. Last but definitely not least, we have Sasaki and Miyano volume 2 and volume 4. Volume 4 just came out, and then I finally got my hands on volume 2, which I love this cover of it, so I'm so happy. Can we also just say that volume 4 is like twice the size of volume 2, which makes me happy because it actually means it's successful and they've been getting more pages and stuff, but it is quite funny seeing it on the shelf. This is a story I absolutely love. I know it's getting anime in January, which I'm very excited for, and I'm really hoping the adaptation is good. I've seen the trailer for it, and I have hope. I have hope that they will do it justice. But yeah, it's just a very, very sweet, wholesome story, and I really, really love it. It just makes me so happy reading it, and I've reread it multiple times. And yeah, it's still ongoing actually, but yeah, and the next volume doesn't release until April, which makes me sad, but also that should be about when the anime ends anyway, so the anime will keep me going until the next volume releases. So yeah, that is Sasaki and Miyano, and to show some of the art. It's not all 4-coma style, by the way. There you go. There's just some parts where where it's like more talking sections, it's 4-coma, and then when there's more like walking or action sections, it's regular manga style. So yeah, but that is it for this month, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Once again, I hope my explanations make sense. Please be sure to tell me if you have any questions, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.
갈게요. 바이바이. 좀